Hello, friends and family. Here we are, part 4 of the speaking exam, FCE speaking. Okay, so part 4 is a discussion related to the previous topic. So in this course, the previous topic, part 3, was about tourism. Okay, so in theory, if this was an actual exam, part 4 will be about tourism. Part 3 was about tourism. Part 4 will be an extended version of tourism. Let's continue. What is part 4 about? The examiner asks questions, plural questions, related to the previous topic. You will be asked, in other words, you will be asked questions by the examiner about tourism in today's case. Okay, the objective, what is it? Being able to respond to what the other candidate says, and obviously to what the examiner asks you. Now, the speaking strategies applied in this part, which is part 4, now they're similar to the previous strategies in part 3 that we learned. You have to be able to agree or disagree, give your opinion, supporting reasons, and then involve your partner or the other candidate by saying, what do you think, Maria? Do you agree with that, Maria? Okay, so it's important to be able to agree or disagree, give your opinion, your reasons, and involve the other person. So, a quick tip. At times, I've seen this happen in class a lot, is that the other candidate is asked whether they agree or disagree, or they're just asked a standard question, and then they go blank, for example, or they start by saying, I agree with that, and then they don't know what else to say. Whenever that happens, ask yourself why. Because what why triggers the natural response to reply with because. And when you say because, hopefully, in theory, you should be able to say something supportive of what you just said. Okay, so if I ask, I mean, this is like, for example, I'm going to give you one word, one sentence, or ask you a very simple question. Okay, is plastic important? So, yes. Why? Because we use it for a lot of things. Why? Because it's very cheap to manufacture. Why? Because there is an abundance of natural resources that allow us to make it. Okay, so that was a very simple question. Is plastic important? So if I carry on asking why, we can talk about plastic for an hour, but that's not the point. The point is for you to see that if you ask why, you will naturally say something with because that supports what your opinion. Remember to involve your partner by asking, what do you think, Maria? Or do you agree with that, Maria? I want us to look at this example here. So the examiner, remember, is going to ask you a question. Okay, so I'm the examiner now. Do you think you have to spend a lot of money to have a good holiday? Okay, so either you or the other candidate is going to have to answer that. Okay, so now let's imagine I'm Javier. First thing, look at the length of these answers. They're not short. Okay, they're substantial answers. Okay, so again, do you think you have to spend a lot of money to have a good holiday, Javier? I believe that, okay, so I don't know what to say. Wait, I don't know what to say. I have to think. Well, that's a really, really good question. I believe that spending more money on holidays makes them much more enjoyable than not doing so. I mean, if given the chance to eat out or slave away cooking, I reckon that most tourists would much rather eat out and be served, which is more expensive. What do you think, Maria? I'm Maria now. That's an interesting observation, Javier, but I have to disagree with you on that one. It's a bit subjective, isn't it? In my opinion, backpacking is a low-cost option for a holiday, which is enjoyed by those who prefer to keep their spending to a bare minimum. In a nutshell, the less they spend, the more places they can visit, which is what I think tourists would define as a good holiday. Do you get my point, Javier? Okay, so do they agree or disagree? They don't really agree. They don't agree. Okay, so this one says more money, better holiday. This one says less money, better holiday. So who's right, who's wrong? It doesn't matter. Both of them are right or both of them are wrong. That's not the point. It's not about what you say. It's about how you say it. As long as you agree or disagree. Here we go. That's an interesting one, but I have to disagree. I disagree. So Maria disagrees. Great. Okay. In my opinion, backpacking is a low-cost option. Okay, so that's her opinion. And then she gives supporting reasons for these opinion and involves Javier. Do you get my point, Javier? So then Javier will have to answer Maria based on what she just said. So please remember that you can invent anything. Okay, you can say, for example, I've read recent studies that suggest that more people prefer cheaper holidays. Is that true or false? Not important. But remember, now you have to give your opinion because Um, they prefer to save more money for other things such as paying off the mortgage or etc. I don't know. It has to stay relevant. Remember, everything has to stay relevant. We're talking about the holidays, so don't go away too far. But you can invent things, okay? As long as it's relevant to the topic. Remember, you are being assessed on your English, okay, and not on whether the United States really went to the moon or not. That's a crazy example, but your opinion doesn't really matter. It's how you express it through the English that you use. Okay, friends and family, well done. You've finished part one, part two, part three, part four of the speaking. You've learned a lot of strategies. What do you have to do now? Now that you have the strategies, what are you going to do? You're going to practice. You're going to record yourself. Okay? Don't record yourself. Record the English. Because when you listen to yourself in the recording, you might say, well, that's a little bit embarrassing. Forget about it being you. Just focus on the English. The objective is to improve your English. Okay? So when you listen to that, okay, unbiasedly, and objectively listen to the audio, to your recording, assess the English. Did I agree? Did I give my opinion? Did I provide a reason? Did I invite the other candidate? Did I involve them again? Okay, practice, practice, practice. That is the only way you're going to get better. Okay, so now we're going to get ready to move on to the next section. Thank you very much. See you around for the next one.